welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast where every week we discuss movies in an in-depth ramble. My name is Dan.
I'm Sam.
I'm Travis.
And I'm Frank.
And we are so happy to be here. We cannot wait to tell you about the movie we watched. Travis, I see you scrolling through your phone. What movie?
I'm looking at you mean scrolling through the pile of VHS tapes.
What movie did we watch? Can you read the back of the VHS tape?
What does VHS stand for?
Video
Home screen?
Very important
screening.
person.
In 2045.
Video
really?
home screening? I don't know.
Oh.
Why don't you look it up and tell us?
Well, I figured you would know.
Video home science.
I really have no idea.
Okay, I'll look it up.
In 2045, the planet is on the brink of chaos and collapse, but people find salvation in the Oasis.
This is not the movie. Are you? What the hell are you talking about?
That's Ready
wasn't-
Player One.
Are we
wasn't
doing
even
Ready
listening.
Player One?
Oh, if we are, I watched the wrong movie.
Or did I watch the wrong movie? Frank,
no.
what movie are we doing?
It's video home system.
Oh, I thought it was Very
Oh,
Homey
it is
Stance.
So then,
Oh,
what?
so it is
what,
re- so it is
hang
ready or
on.
not.
What did Beta stand for?
It was just beta
Better
with
Entertainment to
Asshole.
Assholes. Which is why they got rid of it.
I'm trying to think of
We don't
the
like
mechanics.
assholes.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Okay.
We watched Ready or Not. Here I come.
I
you
knew
can't
it.
hide.
Yeah.
Baby, here
I
I
will-
come.
Oh my That was that song not in the trailer because you all kept telling me it
I'm
wasn't.
pretty sure it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Here I come.
All right.
It sounds like
Coming
something
all
that...
over the
Dan,
place.
Dan, we
Dan.
don't. Dan,
Excuse me,
we
sir.
Don't, we don't know your folk music.
This
Calm
is
down,
a
please.
Wendy's.
Is this a
Okay.
Wendy's?
That's a very creamy-looking Wendy's.
Thank you.
The back of this VHS tape will actually give us not just a general outline of it's a synopsis. I don't think we have to explain anything.
I think you're on a sugar high from the
kettle corn.
Yeah.
Oh, sir.
I had too much kettle corn. I'll tell you right now.
Sir,
Sam brought kettle corn, which is popcorn crack,
doesn't that
and
also?
I ate way
is,
too
it's
much.
great.
You ate the whole bag.
You know
Did you love
I
crack?
pretty much did.
You know what Dan ate too much kettle corn sounds like? Yeah, Grandpa ate too much kettle corn last Thanksgiving. I don't know. I'm trying to make fun of him. He makes fun of me. All right.
It's a reference, Sam. You just don't get it.
Speaking of Ready or Not, Grace couldn't be happier after she marries the man of her dreams at his family's luxurious estate. There's just one catch. She must now hide from midnight until dawn while her new in-laws hunt her down with guns, crossbows, and other weapons. As Grace desperately tries to survive the night, she soon finds a way to turn the tables on her not-so-lovable relatives.
That's not just a back of this. You just explained the entire
That's
plot.
what I told you. That's what I said. We don't have to explain the plot now.
Okay, we now have the plot, which is great. I mean, that is the plot. I hope you guys
Dan,
are paying
I didn't
attention
even
when
need to
Travis
watch
read that.
I didn't even need to watch the movie now.
Yeah.
I could have just done that and
Yeah,
joined
done.
in.
I didn't watch the movie, so I'm glad you read that to me. Okay, so Ready or Not, we know the plot now. Pre-thoughts, I will start. I saw this movie in the theater. I don't remember why, though. I don't know if somebody told me to go see it or if I saw a trailer for it, but I did see it in the theater.
Was
And-
it?
Go ahead.
Was it one of your? Because I remember Dan, when you and I used to work in the same place.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would be like, when I get off work, I'm just gonna go to good old Winnetka. I think if you heard something good about a movie or something mildly interesting, you would just go.
That's true.
So
Isn't
I
that
think
how-
I
that's
saw
what
a
it was.
lot of
Isn't
movies in summertime,
isn't that how that
just
works, though?
just doing it in the
When you
afternoon.
hear-
If you
What's
like
that?
stuff, you go see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just read about it in the LA Times. Remember
I mean,
that
I
was his
might
thing?
have seen a trailer
Wait,
and gone,
you-
"Oh, this looks like kind of fun," or I might have read something about it. But I would. Travis is right. I would go see lots of in the summertime. I would go to movies in the afternoon all the time.
But-
that's where I saw Overlord. I would go see movies.
But
Yeah.
I know Sam. Yes, that's how people. But he would just go on a whim. He'd just be like, "Oh, this movie's sitting at this time. I'm just gonna go." He wouldn't be like, "Oh, today I
yeah.
want to go watch this."
No, it had
he
to fit
wouldn't
my
plan
time
ahead
range.
of time.
It had to be like at 3 or 3:30.
He would never plan.
Was that after your workplace has commenced?
Yes. So I saw the movie, and That's all. Go
And
ahead.
then you had thoughts.
This
then
was
I had
actually.
thoughts.
I'm very glad we did the movie today
Why?
because since
not
that one.
tomorrow?
Well, I'm saying since that one day that
When you
Dan,
revealed
for
your
reasons
sin?
he doesn't know, saw the movie. He kept telling me, Travis, you gotta go watch it.
Oh yeah.
What year was this?
To 2019. There were two movies.
End of summer 2019.
There were two movies
I
that.
think Overlord was also end of summer 2019.
That was 2018.
2018, I believe.
There were two
was it?
movies
I
that
believe.
Dan kept telling me I needed to see that I eventually did see, but I saw them late. Was Ready or Not, and this was the whole group, and Knives Out,
Oh my
which
god.
I took forever.
You're right.
So it's
That was also 2019. That was Thanksgiving 2019.
And I remember I had when
That
I
was a great
started
trailer.
watching this movie. I remember I had started watching a little bit of Ready or Not back in like 2020, but then I had to do something last minute, go somewhere. Never finished it, but
How far did you get?
up until maybe like up until their wedding. So like
So like the
2
beginning?
minutes in?
2
Yeah.
minutes
That's
in.
3 minutes into the movie.
and that's why it was good because I was like, oh, I don't mind
You're like,
stopping
"I'm
right
No,
now.
I've seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
so-
was ready after all.
Yeah, and then they lived all happily ever after. We'll go back to that because I got something to say about
I'm
that.
sure you do.
You've got thoughts.
but-
Pre-thoughts, Sam?
no, hold on.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hold on. I'm still
The
talking.
reason I
Hold
say
your peace.
the reason I'm saying I'm glad we did is because I know in our bucket of movies where we pick stuff out of our skull, this movie was in there, and I'm just saying I think I'm very happy that I'm the one that picked it. I thought it was very
This
fitting.
is I love you. Initial thoughts, my guy.
Well, I'm just saying that were my initial thoughts. I was excited to see it. I thought it wind up.
But you took. Why didn't you see it? I'm so curious.
I think life
This
just got in the way because you
doesn't
did
strike
start.
you as a movie you would not see.
But I feel like also when you started something, if you don't get back to it, you just don't.
I just
Yeah.
forgot about
When
it.
it was in the theaters, it was a very successful
Well,
movie.
I
Why
actually-
didn't you see
well,
it in
because
the
Was it
theaters?
really that successful?
It
It
was-
was pretty successful,
For
yeah.
whatever reason, like I sometimes
I mean,
have.
it wasn't like a blockbuster,
Yeah, because
but
I don't remember it being that busy. For
Oh,
us,
okay.
anyway.
Okay.
I have my like waves. You know, sometimes you just will like a year or a few months, or then you just will kind of miss. You just don't see movies, and sometimes you just miss. For whatever reason, that time in like 2019, I didn't see a lot of movies at that time.
He's trying to say he didn't have A-list at that time.
I did.
Okay, Sam, what was your pre-thoughts?
I think the same as yours. I don't remember how I came to watch the movie, but I watched in theaters.
Well, it's probably playing in your theater.
True.
That would
Yeah,
be my
Sam.
guess.
That's how that works.
Like you didn't have to walk
Ooh.
that far to go see it.
Okay. I don't know where to go from there.
So
I'm sorry.
Frank.
Back that up.
To the
Start
theater,
again.
duh.
Back it up.
Oh.
Start the whole thing
no,
again.
I honestly, I don't remember how, but I watched it in theaters. I usually don't watch theaters at my
You
theater.
don't want
Right.
theaters at theaters?
Can you shut the fuck up?
Did you know her before this movie?
No. She
now,
looked.
Babysitter was before this movie,
Shamar.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't watch it then, and I didn't really look into it, so I wouldn't
She
know.
was
Yeah,
if
in
she
the,
was
I
she
in
was
did
in the
not know
babysitter.
At all
Yeah.
before this movie.
But yeah, no,
Sir.
I just remembered. I mean, if I watch in theaters, it's because I really wanted to watch it. So
And by her, we're saying
Samara
Samara
Weaving.
Weaving.
Samara Weaving. Yeah. Very,
Samara Weaving.
very good. I think she's very good.
agreed.
Yeah.
Frank?
Okay, Frank, your
Um,
pre-thoughts?
I remember seeing the trailer for this before Halloween 2018 and thinking, oh my God, that looks like
Fun.
fun. Exactly my wheelhouse. And then I just saw it. And I had actually heard of her by that point because she was co-starring. She had co-starred in Mayhem with Steve
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
and she made a really good impression in that movie for me. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Is
And then her last name,
Weaving.
you know, caught my attention. I was like, wait, is she related? And
To
she
Samora?
To who?
is to Hugo Weaving.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's
Who's
her
Hugo
uncle.
Weaving?
Yeah,
Mr.
who is-
Anderson
Who is Hugo Weaving?
He
was in Lord of the Rings, The
Yeah,
Matrix.
Lord
Elrond in
Hugo
Lord of the
Weaving.
Rings and
The long hair dude?
yeah, the
Oh.
Liv Tyler's dad.
Oh,
elf.
I was
Hugo
I was
Weaving
thinking
is Liv Ty-
Aerosmith.
And he was also Mr. Smith in the Matrix trilogy, which you have seen, right?
Oh crap! I love Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. No, I'm not even going to try it. I can't.
Cool.
He was also Red Skull in Captain America, which is his claim to fame, of course. But yeah, I went
Oh,
and
wow.
watched it
You
after.
saw
And
it-
actually,
you
it
saw it in
was
the theater?
Yes, I did. I remember seeing it in theater and trying to tell other people, go watch it. It's
I think
great.
I was one of
I
them.
did
You were
the
hurting
same
everybody?
thing.
Yeah.
After I saw the movie, I told everybody, "You gotta see this movie. It's so much fun."
One of them being Travis.
I was very high on this movie after I saw it. Very, very, very supportive and trying to get people to go see it.
And it was actually pretty successful. It had a
Yeah, it
budget of
was.
$6 million and it made $57 million.
Right,
Oh, wow.
exactly. It did okay for what it was.
And the directors were.
Radio silence.
Radio silence.
They
Well,
did.
Did they do the Scream? Did they do anything before?
I don't think
Radio
so.
I don't think so. I
They
couldn't
already-
see anything.
Or like anything big? I mean,
Nothing was
Big?
listed.
No, I think this was their big
claim to fame.
big splash because they were already going by the name Radio Silence at this
Right.
point. It was just that.
They did previous episodes. Everyone should check out 5 Cream, Scream 5, and
Stop.
Screevy, also known as Scream 6.
And then they did Abigail, which I didn't watch
Oh
it.
yeah, I forgot
forgot
they did
to
that.
watch
I
Abigail.
haven't seen that.
The girl, the vampire ballerina girl.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's.
I,
Have you seen it?
I haven't. I forgot.
Did you?
Yes.
Is it on the thing?
So, before we get
I would suggest it.
Okay.
Before we get into the movie, deeper into the movie, I just want to tell a quick story. So I saw the movie in the theater by myself, which I saw most movies, and I still see most movies in the summertime by myself because I go in the afternoon. You know, I'll see the movie at, like at, 3 or 4 o'clock. But I had so much fun seeing it that I became I told my son, hey, you got to see this. It's so much fun. He went and saw it. Oh, yeah, it was great. And then kind of forgot about it. And then we got into COVID, and everybody, my family, we were all living together. So we would start watching movies on Saturday night. That became a tradition. So I picked this movie because I remembered how much fun it was.
It's a tradition.
It was a tradition during COVID, and I thought this movie was so much fun. Every time I see this movie, I've seen it 3 times now. What I remember is how much fun it is. What I forget is it's actually really bloody and really graphic.
Wait, so Joni saw it?
So Joni, who does not like movies like this, my daughter, who does not like movies like this, and then my son and my daughter-in-law, who are very fine with these movies, we all watched it. Totally freaked Joni and Molly out, and I felt bad because, again, my memory of it was, this movie is so much fun. So watching it again last night, I again went into it going, this movie is just so much fun. And then again I was reminded, wow, this movie's like really graphic. There's a lot of freaking blood and guts in this movie, which I think honestly kind of supports it in terms of the sort of fun aspect to it. I think it is overdone to kind of
In the right way.
It's campy.
I think, but
Yeah.
for people who don't like movies like
Yeah.
this, it is a bit graphic. I mean, it's pretty.
Well,
I mean, you're talking about stuff that you look at. If there wasn't humor around it, you'd go, "Oh my god!"
other
I did kind of forget how gory some of
It is
the
gory.
kills.
Gory. That's the word.
I
You're
was
right.
surprised by it because not
That's
counting.
right. You've never seen
Yeah,
it.
not counting the prologue. That first kill when they're
The
hiding.
maid, right?
No,
Which
it's not
is
the
freaking
maid.
hilarious, by
Yeah,
the
the
way.
maid where she says it's like I see her and you hear boom. You hear the gunshot and then her
The
face.
eye,
Her
yeah.
eye. I was like, whoa.
I
Like,
know.
It's a little. It's a
We're
little
starting that
graphic.
way.
I was like,
I
whoa.
love the line that, do you see a big white wedding dress on her?
No, the humor, I think, I really. Okay. A lot of times when you watch, like, I don't know, like I'll say, like, Marvel movies or some horror movies, I always feel like the humor is forced a lot.
I agree.
But I think because the concept of the movie is so bizarre and it kind of just
already
fully
dark,
embraces
yeah.
the concept and goes into it. I thought the movie was like, I thought all the things like, they're like, oh, do you think the maid counts? Can we use the maid? And she's like, no, we got to keep killing that. And I will tell you, Jennifer, because she was home today. Well, she hadn't left for work. She was there when I was watching it. She kind of looked up. She's like, "Oh, I kind of watched it. Sounds good." The part where she's in the car with OnStar.
Oh yeah. Don't you love that OnStar scene?
Oh yeah,
So
it
great.
was like in any other movie, I'd be like, "What is this?" Like
Yeah.
this is, but it just was so fitting. Like it,
Right.
Yeah,
It fully leaned in because
yeah.
I agree. It's a dark concept, but also then just fully immersing it and having the jokes be as dark. It's just like fuck it. It's funny.
It's a dark concept, but it's also a kid's game.
Right.
That's what I loved about it. It was based on a kid's
Yeah.
game, hide and seek,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that it so played into that.
Yeah.
And here, I'll look at my notes, but yeah, no, I agree. I think that I think the dark humor goes really well with the dark plot. Everything,
And
it's just fits really
And
well.
what
Go
did
ahead.
she say to Gabriel when she's like, "Kid"? When she's like, "Kid, I know this is scary for you," and then Gabriel shoots her in the hand.
Yeah.
And
You're
then she, like, hits-
jumping way ahead.
I'm just talking about the humor.
Yeah. I was gonna say
I
something.
like how
I
she just
love-
straight up decked it.
Yeah, she just punches him
you,
in the
kid.
face.
I loved how quickly we got into it. So we had the wedding. We
Yeah.
sort of set up this whole family. It's sort of, then they sit down to play the game. I had to sort of go back to seeing it the first time, like when I was watching it last night. I had to go mentally go back to the first time I saw it and not really knowing how this was all going to go. And I loved how all the characters, when she pulls that card, how they're all kind of looking at each other
Yeah.
in a certain kind of dread,
Yeah.
almost like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to do this.
Because they said they hadn't had that.
They
Take
Only
in
one.
so long.
and their
One at a
generation,
time.
they hadn't had it. And then I loved when the little kids song comes on, when they play the
hide and seek.
the hide and seek song.
When they put on
while
the
they're
vinyl.
The
sitting-
vinyl, yeah.
so great.
That was 100 seconds.
It's so cool.
Mhm.
And I stopped it, and we were 29. No, I'm sorry, that's not fair. I'm gonna back up. Never mind. Back
Too
up.
far.
Didn't say it. I'll tell you later. But anyway, yeah, that was. I love that whole setup.
I agree. I like the wedding scene. They chopped it up so you don't fully see it. I mean, you get like that's not important.
You get the
It
gist.
doesn't
Right.
matter.
And what the story actually starts when they get into that game room. What's
Yes.
it called? It was the
room
their
only
last-
for family
Right,
family members.
What was their last name? Domas?
The Ladomas.
Yeah, and that's when the story really
Oh,
starts.
absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, watching it this time, that is when I started it. I actually skipped over the whole wedding thing.
Like right to business.
I've seen it twice already. I didn't need to see the wedding again.
You
so
get
I got
it.
right into the game scene.
Yeah.
We need to acknowledge that this movie, Travis hadn't seen it and Dan's seen it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
That's fucking crazy.
You screwed up, Travis.
I mean, I don't want to tip my hand, but this is these like we've talked about these kind of movies where you guys, and I'm not pointing fingers, please, but where you guys, oh well, that was funny. Oh, that was a really fun. I'm like, that's not funny. That wasn't
Y'all are
funny.
sick.
This is funny.
Are you-
This
what are you
movie
talking about?
absolutely knows its humor, and the jokes absolutely land. And where you guys, oh no, that was supposed to be funny. I'm like, no, that was just stupid. That was not funny.
And Dan will go.
This is actually funny.
And then
I mean,
Dan-
and in a way that's almost like sometimes I watch this movie, I'm going, this is actually almost comedy. Like some of the
Yeah.
stuff they would do. I mean,
What
this
are
is
you doing?
this is Dan. This is Dan typically.
Are you like,
We'll be
are you
like-
It's creeping
stimming
me
out?
This will be
Them stemming.
this will be Dan typically. We'll be like, oh yeah, that part was funny. And Dan will go, I didn't think it was funny. The thing is about the script. When you pair the script of the movie,
It's not the actor's
yeah,
fault.
the actor's fault.
they
It's the
weren't-
script.
it's not
we'll be
funny.
Talking, we'll be talking about like Dumpster Monster 6, and he'll be like, the thing about the script is.
that's
Third
true.
act.
You're
It's
absolutely
like,
right.
I'm not watching it for the
You're
script, buddy.
Absolutely right. But in this case, the humor is absolutely, obviously,
I
this
mean,
is funny.
I
They're
love-
doing comedy here.
2 things. I love when the brother-in-law was hiding in the
Oh.
bathroom with the YouTube. And that was in the trailer. I remember that
Oh,
specifically.
I
How
hate that
funny.
guy.
But that,
I
no,
love that
but him
scene.
being in the. I'm
No,
talking
I
When
about.
he
think
started
it's
figuring out how to use
character.
a
No, I'm
crossbow.
talking about the part
Yeah.
where in
The
the
whole
house.
time
Yeah.
you figure out how to use
Yeah.
a crossbow. I love it. Can I get a weapon that's like
Right.
from this century?
But then I also love the spoiled sister who's, where
Emily.
she was like,
The-
why does it always happen to me?
The cocaine sister?
When she killed the second mate, she's
Fucking
like,
love
why
it.
me?
Loved it.
Okay, what I thought would something would come from it. Nothing did, but I think it was just kind of to show off how douchey he is when he gets that like message from the messaging app, and it's like, hey, how are you? He goes, I'm good, just chilling, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like a really thorough.
Adam
Just
Brody's
chilling.
character?
Yeah.
No, wait.
No, the
It's a
one.
brother.
The brother-in-law, the one
I
with the
see,
crossbow.
I
Yeah,
see.
the one, and then he comes in and it's like, yeah, sorry, we almost missed we couldn't get a charter out here. I can't fly with the public now or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Douche.
Douche
the
Nation.
first. So basically, what happens is she pulls the card, the hide and seek card.
The forbidden
She
card.
doesn't know
Like,
what's
oh.
really going on.
Gonna go hide.
Then she finds out with the first kill with the maid that she's actually being the hunted and needs to survive the night, and her new husband, her newlywed husband, is trying to help her, which we'll talk about that too. I actually really found his journey very interesting,
And the brother.
Mhm.
and I found his journey very interesting. I think.
Why don't we talk about it now?
Well,
I
we
found
will,
his
but let me
journey
just
very
before
interesting.
we do that.
I found him very interesting. Wait,
When
which
the
one?
first kill happened with the the maid, the first
yeah,
kill,
the eye.
I paused 29 minutes.
Oh wow.
Oh,
End of
wow.
Act 1. It was
Mm.
exactly the end of Act 1.
And
It's an hour and 35 minute
Yeah.
movie. That was exactly the end of Act 1.
29
This
minutes.
movie is very cleanly written as far as acts go. I thought the characters in this movie, the relationships, were really well written, really well drawn. I thought the casting was great. I thought every single person, down to the butler, the maid, whoever, everybody was perfectly cast.
What
No
I,
weaklings.
What I
No
liked,
weakling.
what I
and
liked,
the dialogue was very clever, very witty.
Low-key wish it was Adam Brody that was the husband. I mean, he played a
I
great
can see what you mean.
but
Sure.
only
well,
because
that's
he's
because we like
well-known.
Adam Brody
Well,
so
what
much.
I-
He's so good.
looking. Mm-hmm.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
What I really liked is, and I'm, you know, sometimes like prologues, like you sometimes get a little bit of info out of them or like a little hint, but a lot of times you're kind of like, like, you know, it hints a little bit. What I really
Yes.
liked is this prologue actually kind of added to the kind of twist and change of characters at the end, because remember with the prologue is it's the two brothers. Well, now that would be the husband and his
Two
brother.
brothers.
They're running, and then the older brother, Alex. Is Alex the older brother's name?
Well, it's Adam Brody.
Yeah, Adam Brody.
Alex Brody.
Is-
The actor. Yeah.
Oh, Alex Brody is running.
Adam,
Adam Brody is the
You're
name
all
of the
confused.
guy.
older brother.
I
Yeah.
will look it
Yes.
up. Give me a second, please.
I have the cast list.
Yeah, I don't know
actually.
that other actor. I didn't know
Daniel.
anything else.
Daniel's the older
What,
brother.
have we seen him in
Alex
something
is
else?
the
That
husband.
actor,
The younger
Yeah.
brother?
the younger brother.
He
I
looks
don't know.
familiar, but I'm
Okay,
not sure.
So Alex.
Arrival.
So
Ah, there we go.
Alex,
Yes.
who's the husband, and Daniel, the older brother. It's when they're kids because it's 30 years before, and they're running. And Daniel hides Alex in the closet and like, what are you doing? It's like, just hide in here. So he hides him in the closet, and right when they go in, you see a guy come out, and he has like arrows in him, and he's like, help me, they're trying to kill me. And Daniel goes, he's in here. And the family comes in with the mask, and they kill him. Then it cuts to 1 year later, and you see the wedding. They're getting married. The brother comes in. The brother's like, oh, yeah, you can do better. Blah,
Wow,
blah,
I
blah.
should have watched the beginning of the movie.
So,
I forgot about that.
and what I liked is I kept getting the whole, the prologue is trying to set up that
It's not 1 year later, though.
No,
It's
that's what I meant. 30
years
years later.
later.
30 years
Okay,
later.
you said
Sorry, I was
one.
watching another movie before we came here. So I was watching.
Back and forth.
So 30. So it's
That's
30.
the name of the movie.
So
Back and
now,
forth.
so now that it's 30 years later, I thought, okay, they're setting up. Now I thought Daniel was gonna be like the big baddie at the end because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he grew up. He's gonna be the sadistic
Oh, he grew up to
one.
be a baddie, that's for sure.
Baby Patty.
But what I like though is they kind of
Daniel's her husband.
Alex is
no,
her
Alex
husband.
is the husband.
Alex, yeah.
Daniel's the
Yeah.
big brother.
I think. Good. Sorry.
So I'm just saying, I like how they
The
flipped
callback.
it.
Oh.
They flipped it. So then at the end now, it's Daniel's kind of has the change of heart, where it's like, oh, I gotta kind of help you escape, and then it's like, oh, Alex, the husband, he kind of becomes the
but Alex's journey is very interesting because he literally is he is trying to help her.
Yeah,
That doesn't
that's
happen
what I'm
until
saying.
the end.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
it makes sense to me why he does what he does.
I didn't
Okay,
catch
hold
the
on.
making sense part the first time. Like
oh,
this,
but I didn't
don't-
either, probably. But after watching it 3 times, I did.
Wait,
I was
hold
like,
on.
wait, I can see why
Right.
he would
I have a
make the
confession.
She
change.
smashed his mother. She smashed her
Yeah,
mother.
exactly.
but
Not only
it
her.
makes sense.
You
Wait.
have a confession.
It's not just-
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I fell asleep. So
Well,
You
let us
have
tell
a
you what happened.
Please.
confession.
But
Sleep.
the thing is, that's, I think,
Well-
and I'll get into this. I hate to just totally leap in, but I'm going to. You're next, which I said, I think, during our You're
You
Next
loved, yeah.
part, really reminded me of this movie. And this movie
I
is
have that in my notes.
so much better than You're Next. And the other thing, and not everything, but the boyfriend was so obviously
in it.
in it. Whereas in this movie, he has a journey to get to that point.
Okay, what happened at the end? I forgot.
So
In-
Andy
this movie?
McDowell.
Yeah.
oh, so he's tied up.
Yeah.
He finally gets loose, and then his brother gets killed by
Right.
his wife, right?
And was it an accidental or because I don't remember that
No,
part?
Yeah.
no. The
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't matter, so he died.
Samara Weaving doesn't kill the brother.
No, she
No,
doesn't.
the
No,
wife
his
does.
wife.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah,
His
yeah, yeah,
wife
yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Samara Weaving smashes his mother to bits and pieces
Love.
in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
We
With the
stand.
box.
Stan.
And then he comes and sees her, and at first he's like, I'm so sorry, this shouldn't happen. Then he realizes, you're not going to be with me anymore.
Yeah.
And this
Oh,
and
okay,
then he's
I
like,
remember.
and it makes sense to me. That moment actually makes sense to me.
But I also feel like he kind of assumes that she did, that she also killed Daniel.
Even if he, right, well, let's say he didn't even assume that. Let's just assume that he realizes maybe this lore is true, and we're all going to die, and you're not getting back together with me anyway, because I
All she has
fucking
left
blew
is-
this up.
The others.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than You're Next, where it's like, oh, I was in on it all the time, which of course we all knew because you disappeared in the middle of Act 2. Anyway,
I
guess
disappear
what
in
I'm
the
trying
middle
to
of
say
Act 2
is
all the time.
I think this is a
You
way
were?
more interesting story than You're Next.
I-
Good. To
You've
whoever wants.
dashed
No,
Whoever
just
wants
said,
to-
but
dreams.
no, I was just saying. No, I was just saying I like how it kind of flipped a little bit. How it kind of it
The expectation.
yeah. To what it said, yeah, exactly.
Go ahead. No.
He
You
had
explain
assumed
yourself.
that
I
it
have no
was
idea.
going to be a typical like movie twist where the older brother is the
The big
bad
bad
Yeah.
guy.
He
And we
was
didn't
good.
get that.
Adam Brody did a great job. I loved his.
He had a
I loved his-
redemption, yeah,
I liked
but-
his arc. He was
Right
actually,
when it-
he was actually conflicted by
you
all
know,
this.
since you
I-
brought
Yeah.
It was such
I mean,
a really the
when
family
right
was
when you
fucked
rewatch
up,
it,
man.
you realize he's not remorseful. He's dreading it, right?
He's
like you
really
said from the
conflicted
get-go.
by what's going on.
Yeah.
He's by far the most. Well, I don't want to say he's the most interesting character, but I think he has the
Dynamic.
maybe the most interesting journey of all the
Yeah.
characters.
Like he didn't outright stop because obviously he participated, but he also was very lenient. Like when she ran into
sadly,
him,
and sadly dies.
yeah, in a really wicked way.
Wicked by his own wife. Yeah.
But speaking
Wives.
about the whole
Wives.
where you said, "Oh,
I
is
love
this
the last line of
Am
the
I
movie,
right?
by the way.
in-laws?" Speaking of how you were saying, like, "Oh, is this prophecy really true?" What I really liked about this movie was the way the story was told was they get in the family room and you hear, "Oh yeah, I don't know if you know, but our fortune came from board games." They tell the whole story about the dad being
Into
on
the
the
mic,
ship.
my guy.
They tell the whole story about the dad being on the ship. The guy telling him, the merchant, "Oh, if you figure out the mystery to this box."
What was the name again, Mr.
LaBelle.
LaBelle.
Mr. LaBelle. He's like, Mr. LaBelle went to our grandfather and was like, "If you figure out the mystery of this box, I'll fund anything you want, any business, any." So he figures it out, and I guess, we're playing card games the whole time. So that's how they start out. And they're like, "Oh, we have a business doing card games." They branch out into hunting gear, all outdoor gear. And that's it. And you're like, "Oh yeah," and then we got our fortune. And I like how you don't find out until the third act when the dad is like kind of freaking out because he thinks they're gonna die.
Right.
Because she escapes outside and the dad's like, "Dad," he's like talking to himself, but he's like, Dad, why could you not have done a better bargain? Why couldn't you have said anything? And then I'm just thinking, wait, there's more to the story. It's not just superstition, because you hear like, oh yeah, like I thought the whole time it's like, oh, if they don't do the game, they're just being superstitious and they think their business is going to crash. You know, that's why they're going to lose everything. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, like maybe this family, maybe there's a reason a little more on why they're crazy.
Sinister.
Because a little thing with the kids, I'm just like, wow, like there was some major brainwashing going on here or something to get them all. But then can I go into the ending?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh.
But what I absolutely loved was, like I said, you don't figure out what the deal was. You don't figure out anything. So I actually almost rewound the movie, because at the part where like the mom dies or the grandma dies.
How does she
Not
die
the grandma,
again? Sorry.
the aunt, the one.
The great aunt.
The great aunt. When she dies.
Wait, when?
At the very end.
Oh, yeah.
When you hear boom. I thought Daniel was alive and shot her with a shotgun, because you just hear the boom. And I was like.
You did?
I was like, what happened? And then and then the other character, boom. Then the characters just start exploding. Oh, I was having the time of my life.
I thought it was really funny that when they were all crouching over and covering themselves, when the curtain got pulled back, and it was like this long pause, and they finally go, nothing's happening. What's going on? So what? Maybe this is not true.
And then I like
kill her anyway.
And then I like too how the sister's like holding the kids' eyes, like holding them close. And then I thought, okay, well, I didn't think the movie had the guts, no pun intended, to fully commit to that. Like I thought you thought, oh, and then they find out like maybe the prophecy's not really true, so they don't blow up, they don't die, and she already called the police. I thought the whole thing was going to be the police show up, the family gets arrested. I didn't think that they would actually all die at the end.
I thought the movie, I hear what you're saying, but I thought the tone of the movie and the humor of the movie totally played into that ending. Like that's the appropriate ending. But
I didn't think they would do it. I didn't think they would do it.
I think the movie, I agree. Everybody blows up. The prophecy comes to fruition. But I thought the movie was very well done in terms of action as well. You had plenty of plot that kept going, but you also had really good action, like her just trying to get the freak out of that house, fighting the butler, getting out of the house, going through the fence.
The kitchen.
Well, wasn't he the butler?
The opera butler.
He was. I love the opera.
Love that character.
I thought the opera was great.
That kitchen scene was this very
that
Jurassic Park.
That kitchen scene was very cool. Yes, very Jurassic Park. I agree with you. I thought her escape through the fence with her arm, and that was awful.
Back,
she was being chased by the car, by the butler.
But also just in the car and just all that. Really, there was a lot of really well done action sequences in this movie. It never let go. It kept going. The humor, the dark humor of it kept going. The, I guess, pathos kept going.
Because when the whole like game started and she was hiding in the dumbwaiter,
dumbwaiter kill was crazy.
I paused the movie because I had to get up. So I paused it and I was like, wait a minute.
That was gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I paused it and I was like, wait a minute, like. There's like 40, 50 minutes left. I was like, I don't know if it's going to carry this movie. But I will agree because, I don't know, speaking of like the chase and everything too, like I said, stuff that I would normally not like the jokes that I find stupid in movies is the whole like, oh, haha, they're FaceTiming. And I like when they're FaceTiming with the butler
whole family
in the car and the whole family sitting there. And they're like, and then he turns on like the opera music and it's because he thinks, oh, she's tied up. And they're like, turn around, you idiot.
But I love it when they then they all go, oh.
Yeah, and they're all just sitting there. Like,
how about the scene with the kid in the barn?
Oh,
that was classic. The kid shoots her.
Yeah,
there's so many great moments in this movie. There's just so crazy and fun and gruesome. Good.
No, I don't know what I was going to say.
No, it's all right. Sorry.
You pulled to me.
I know.
Yeah, I liked it too, guys.
But you know what I would have loved, though? You know what I really, really wish? There was a bonus feature for this movie, or somehow we need to get this done. We need to contact Radio Silence. I want the alternate ending where, let's say the brother wasn't crazy, and let's say, like, they get married and they escape, and the brother never gets crazy, and they're on their honeymoon, and they're just on the plane, and it's the next day, and then the brother just explodes on the plane because the prophecy was, like, never done. You know what I mean?
I'd watch that.
I think that'd be hilarious.
Why?
Well, why do I want to see that?
Yeah.
Because it's
I don't know. I
hilarious.
just thought it'd be funny because it's like, oh, I guess that was true. Like, or I'm gonna be like, why did he explode on the plane? I don't know. It's
Better than what they did?
no. I'm just saying as in like an alternate, like deleted scene. It'd be like a fun little bonus. Anyway, so about,
They're just letting you go.
About
I'd love to help you out there, but
yeah,
I don't see
Dan,
where that's better.
who's what's the Dodger score right now?
I could look it up and see.
I really liked how compact this movie was.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
I actually have a note
brisk.
about that, how stuffed that hour and 35 is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're
It
stuffed.
feels like a longer movie, but also not. Longer in terms of content, short in terms of run pace. But it was perfect. It was great. I loved
You're
it.
great.
Stop.
Yeah, I agree. I think the movie, it felt, for me, after watching it
The
a
seventh
third
time.
time, it felt shocking to me when I paused it at the first kill and went, oh, well, we're almost 30 minutes in, and we only have an hour basically left, and there's a lot of stuff going down here in the last hour, that it was that far into the movie that it actually happened. But I think it, and again, having seen it 3 times now, I still find that the front end of the movie totally works. I mean, it sets it up great. I love how she's just kind of rolling her eyes like, oh, we're going to do this actually? Okay.
Yeah. And there's like the subtlety on some of the family
Oh, yeah.
faces. You can tell that they're like kind of ambivalent about having to do it, especially the mom.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
Where-
they have to do
But
it.
the sister-in-law was like so into it from
Oh,
the
the
get-go. She was
sister-in-law
like, "Give
one.
me the gun."
Was so just like
Yeah.
She was just like the other sister-in-law in that other classic movie. You're next.
Cinderella. Oh,
I just love the cocaine sister. I think she's
she
great.
ran back into the
I
house in the
love her.
room.
I
Just
love her so much.
yeah. When she first came home, her nose was
It's so great.
already yeah.
It's so, and the brother-in-law.
Oh, and she
is-
did have a really good moment with Adam Brody's character Daniel, after when they find her son.
Oh, in the barn.
Yeah,
That's
after
a
the
good
barn.
scene, actually.
And she's like, "What? Do you think my sons deserve to die?" And then they find the son, and he's like, "Yeah, I shot her because you guys were trying to live it." And you can see it on Daniel's face. He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know about this."
I think the scene with Annie McDonald and the son, McDowell, sorry, and the son, when when he's still tied up and she's sort of explaining it all to him, you know, how this is, this is your family. This is for a dark comedy. It also had some really kind of poignant moments within this dysfunctional family that is trying to kill this girl so they can survive. There was some poignancy every now and then where you kind of went, okay, I don't agree with you, but I understand
Yeah.
what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah, it's nice because movies like this, sometimes it's hard to give characters its own personality and
Right.
whatnot. But for
Right.
this one, they really thought it through. Where you're right, sometimes you don't agree with them, but they have a point of view or they have a belief, so it
Yeah.
makes them real. And it's nice to see that they still do that in movies.
I attribute it to great casting and
Writing.
and good writing.
Did
really,
you-
really good script writing and really good casting.
Did
it was
you kn-
so well done. I think.
Did you know Margot Robbie was originally considered for the role of Grace?
I can totally see it.
They look very similar.
Wasn't she in Barbie? Not Margot Robbie, obviously, but like Weaving?
I know.
Because of that?
I don't.
No, the girl from Sex Education.
I never.
Weaving's not in Barbie. Weaving's in Screevy.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
there was this other girl
Radio
that
Silence.
looks like Margot Robbie, and I think she ended up in Barbie.
Yeah,
And she's babysitter.
If it's who I think you're talking about, she was also on the short list for Lois Lane in the new Superman.
Oh, really?
I thought she would have been great in that. Emma Mackey.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, she's part of that like trio of like actresses or quad of actresses that all kind of look the same.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the killing off of all the help is just so funny. How they all just kept
They
killing
look
the help.
scary though.
No.
Like the girl that was babysitting the brothers, and that when they were in the bedroom sleeping, that girl looked scary. I think she was the first kill, right? She had like heavy makeup on. She
was
just looked.
she the first kill that left the room and then got
Yeah.
killed? How about the second one? It was almost like an Austin Powers movie.
And she comes over.
Just chops her head off.
Yeah, and then I thought it was funny too. After that, when the brother, no, I think for the two of them, when they have to put the bodies in with the goats, and then you see them, they're throwing the body parts in there, and they just pick up the head.
Oh,
and
he's
they're
got
just
it on this like machete.
Yeah,
It's hanging on a machete.
I thought that was so funny.
It was very dark humor for sure.
Did Radio Silence write this, or they just directed
Yes.
it? Oh, okay.
No,
No. Okay.
no, yes, it,
No. Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
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 I thought the ending was really like perfect, just perfect. Like
Yeah.
it actually was a curse and they all blew up. I loved her walking out of the house and
curse.
sitting at the stairs. We saw all the wedding chairs lined up. The police are coming in. She lights up the cigarette, token on the cigarette, just covered in blood. And we already, Travis already told
As
us.
one is after a
where
wedding.
The cop says, "Hey, what happened? Everything okay?" In-laws. It's just such a great,
As we get that,
such a great last line.
And I thought it was good too. And we also we get the Elvis, we get the Elvis cover of "Love Me Tender."
Oh, it's great.
Can I break your heart?
Oh no.
I didn't really care for that last line.
The
Why?
in-laws.
I'm
It
curious.
felt a little one-liner to me.
It was totally one-liner.
Yeah, but like, it actually went down a lot easier the second go around. But the first time I saw it, I was kind of like,
Do you think
do we have? It wasn't on the level of let's light this shit up.
I don't
I agree.
disagree with you,
Uh-huh.
but given the movie and given the dark humor that it had,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there was a better, darker one-liner, but
Uh-huh.
I think a one-liner was definitely called for.
Oh yeah,
At the end of the movie, I think it would have been weird if it just ended with her sitting there smoking a cigarette and police sirens and lights going and nothing else. I think the movie needed
You know what it would have been?
some kind of a one-line joke at the end. Maybe that wasn't the perfect line. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I think you're
Well,
But
you're
wrong.
wrong.
It definitely.
No, I think you're wrong,
I think
Frank.
it definitely needed a joke at the end.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
it would have been?
But it's funny. Sorry, really quick. It's also funny because she went through a lot. So it's like in-laws. This is cheeky.
Yeah.
You know what it would have been with?
You're not.
I get what you're saying, though, Frank. I do get what you're saying.
No, that's okay.
All right. Well, this podcast
Okay,
is over.
But nonetheless, I think you agree, though,
oh no,
that it needed a joke.
it
You
did.
just
And
didn't like that joke.
I'm not sure if it. I don't know what it is about seeing it the second time that I was like, oh, that's not that bad.
You accepted it.
Going through the movie, I was not dreading it, but I was kind of like waiting for it to come. I was like, here comes a one-liner. It wasn't that bad.
You know what it would have been if they said nothing at the end?
What?
Or I was like, it would have reminded me too much of Knives Out.
What happened at the end?
The second one.
No, the
The
I think
first one where they're kind of just like they're outside and she's there and she has the cup and I don't know, just everyone's being arrested.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it would have reminded
I
me.
don't remember the end of Knives Out.
Well, watch
But
the
then
movie.
also-
I
but,
saw
like,
the movie. I did. What?
I thought
Why
I was
would
gonna
you
say
say
20
that?
years ago.
What happens at the end of the movie? Remind me.
All the family got arrested, and then
No, they were kicked out of the house.
kicked out of the house, and then the girl was just up in the balcony in her own home now, drinking coffee.
And the
She
cup,
doesn't say anything.
she doesn't say anything, but the cup says "My house, my rules," so she's
Yeah.
still kind of saying something.
So
I
I'm saying
got
that's
you.
what
I don't
reminded
remember
me.
that at
That's
all.
yeah.
Now that you've seen it, though, what do you prefer more, this or your next?
It's funny
Can we
because
do our? Are we doing final thoughts?
I was
then?
gonna save that for my final
Let's
thoughts.
do final
Oh,
thoughts.
okay.
I think we're done. What else is there to talk about? Anything?
Everything. Oh.
Stuff.
Okay, so this movie.
Are you gonna do yours first?
Yeah.
He's already doing.
Because
so-
he asked me the question.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now doing final thoughts, and here's Travis.
So,
Final thoughts.
having seen this movie 5 years later, I will say I kept forgetting about this movie, so it's not like the whole time I was like 5 years. There was not like 5 years of hype behind it for me. Where I was like, okay, the best thing I thought about the movie was, like I said, the humor in it, the gore I thought was great. I liked how you brought up Your Next, Dan, because I thought about this movie a lot when I was watching it, and actually in the 5 years leading up to this, I would actually confuse the titles all the time. Ready or Not,
You're ready.
That makes sense.
But with that said,
Ready or Not, You're Next.
no,
Here
Next
it
or not?
comes.
I actually prefer Your Next.
Okay. That's fair.
To me, it just, I don't, just me personally, for my taste, Your Next, I think, like everything you said, all your points you made, Dan, about the characters at the end, I agree with. I agree. I'm like, okay, this is why you said why you like Ready or Not better than Your Next. I will agree. I'm not going to argue with you on that. I just think for me, personal preference, I like Your Next a little better. This movie definitely kind of reminded me a little bit of, well, not a lot of Your Next, a little bit of Cabin in the Woods.
Never seen it.
You're not a,
You will.
You will.
How
No,
does
I
it re-
won't. I'm sorry.
It's in
This
there.
is my last podcast.
But
How does it remind you of Cabin in the Woods?
I'll talk to you after, because
I
Dan
don't wanna talk
hasn't
to you
Dan hasn't
after.
seen the movie.
Why are we? Okay.
But sorry, no, I just realized I'm like, I let a lot of my thoughts during this going forward. So let me make it quick. So
Never do.
I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say I loved it. I think Dan and I think others maybe liked it a little more than me.
I think you're right.
I will give this movie, I'd give it maybe like a 3.2 out of 5 yellow Converse.
Okay, I
That's
like
good.
that. Good
You
choice.
said, wait, 3.2?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, like I
No.
said, it was very, like, to me, it was above average.
Hmm.
And it kind of just stopped there for me.
I mean, it's above average, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely see, though, after, like, while watching this, I'm like, oh, it totally makes sense why their next movie was Scream 5. I thought it was a great fit. These writers,
I don't
directors.
see that at all.
Wait, you don't think Scream 5 was a fit for them?
No, I don't see how this
How-
movie and Scream 5 fit together at all.
No, I'm saying, like, why they got the directors and writers. I'm like, oh, why they got approached to make it. I'm like, oh, okay.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
You know they're making a sequel to this.
I
which
don't
is,
know
which
what
is
they're gonna do.
Ridiculously a bad
I
idea.
don't-
With
I
her in
agree.
it.
I agree.
Oh, she's going to be it. There's nothing to tell.
Nothing to
Because
tell.
no one is
You
left.
can't repeat this movie. You
Unless
can't
they
even
go
find.
like, oh, now she needs to figure out what deal
And-
they made, or
and-
if she's gonna go find LaBelle or whatever his
I was
name
actually
is.
thinking about that while we were talking. I was like, wait, how would they do a sequel if
Yeah.
they wanted to do a
And
sequel?
there's nothing
They
to tell.
are doing a
Unless
sequel.
there was like,
I
wait
know.
a
According
minute.
to what I've read, anyway.
Wait a minute. We forgot to tell you there was actually another thing, a rule game.
Yeah.
But and with that said too, like,
But they're all dead.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You not wanting a
LaBelle's gonna go
sequel
after her.
to, I actually am going to say, I don't think I think this movie was just kind of like a one and done for me too. I'm like,
Yeah.
I watched it once. I'm like, I don't
You're
see myself
surprising
seeing
me
it
a lot
again.
today, Travis. I don't know.
What's surprising?
I thought he would love this.
Oh,
I thought you'd like it a lot more than you're liking
Yeah.
it. Yes.
I enjoyed
I
it.
think you waited too long to see it. Let's start there.
but he did say that
And
he
I
wasn't
think I spent
overhyped
too
with
much
it.
time
That's what I'm
telling
saying.
you
No,
how
I don't
much
think
you
so
should
because
see
I
it.
kept. I maybe, but I feel like a lot of the time leading up to it, like I would forget. Like you would bring up Ready or Not, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to watch that. Sometimes like it's not like I was like sitting on like my counter waiting for
No,
it.
it's okay. It's totally fine.
It's
I mean,
okay, but you just hurt Dan's feelings.
No,
Yeah, it's
not
fine.
at
Look at
all.
him crying.
I totally.
It's okay.
I get it. Okay, guys, just stop talking to me for a second. I need a moment.
I
It's
don't
fine.
think he's ready.
It's fine. You're
I'm
ready or
not-
you're a ready or not guy. I'm a your next guy.
I'm not
We
ready.
can coexist. We can
The
coexist.
two genders.
No, we can't. We can't coexist. Get out of my house or my cabin. Where are we?
In the woods.
Sam, what did you think of this movie? Let's disregard Travis completely. Go ahead.
That's
I've
why I
been
went
doing it-
first, so you can just cut me out.
He's still.
I wish he'd gone last, actually.
Anyways,
Continue.
Oh my God! I say a word and it triggers him.
He won't stop.
Yeah. So I think there's nothing really special visually about this movie. So it mainly is just story and the actions in it, and I enjoyed it for when I was awake. But
Yeah.
that was my third time watching it, so I kind of knew what was going on. But
Sure.
it's still something that I enjoy. The gore factor's there for me. I think it's great. I still wish Adam Brody was the lead because I just think he's more well known, and I would have, I don't know, preferred him more.
That's
my
funny.
God.
That's funny,
We need to throw that
Travis.
up on
the-
You
That's
need
going
to,
on
you need to
Instagram.
laugh. So Frank posted a picture of Kevin James.
It's the
saying,
Kevin James meme.
Actually, I prefer your next.
Did you make that?
I did. Yeah.
I'm gonna make
so
another one.
funny. Go
But
ahead, Sam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's definitely will be in my rotation. It's fun. You don't have to think much about it. It's a great cat and mouse game.
For sure.
So I'm gonna give it 3.7. How to use the crossbow YouTube videos out of 5.
Oh,
Nice.
I think you
Love
might have
those
used my
videos.
thing.
Damn, I was gonna use dumb waiters, but I don't know if you
Ooh,
had
I
it.
like dumbwaiter.
What
Yeah,
about
you can
smart
have-
raiders? Raiders. Jesus.
Raiders of the Lost
You
Dumbwaiter.
messed up.
What about? Yeah.
No.
Go ahead, Frank. I'd like to wrap this one up tonight.
That's what I heard. I liked it.
Actually,
You don't have to like it.
but I like it.
But I
I
did
like
like it.
this movie. You don't have to like this movie.
Dan, this is gonna surprise you, but actually, I also preferred You're Next.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just kidding. No,
But he's not.
I wouldn't compare them beyond like surface level like similarities. I see the similarities, but I just don't think they're going for the same thing. So I can't like
Right.
put one above the other.
But you made Travis do it, and that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. But I really enjoyed it. It's my wheelhouse, the humor, the dark humor and the gore. You know, it's all stuff that I like. Like we said earlier, there is no weak link in the performances. Visually, yeah, it's not like anything to write home about, but it's also not like ugly to look at. I wish they had played more with the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, they were going for, you know, old money, but I wish there was a little more like lushness to the environments, to the costuming and all that stuff. Other than Grace, like her outfit, you know, the like not camoed out, but like the military meets bridal gown thing she had going on was pretty cool.
And the Converse.
And the Converse, of course. And then the story was like surprisingly, not, I wouldn't say deep, but you know, there was some kind of pathos to it, which is welcome.
Good relationships.
Yeah.
I thought.
And then that ending is, I think, what really like cements it for me, like in terms of whether I would have liked it or just, you know, thought it was okay. So all that being said, I would have to give this 4. That's right, 4.
For what, Frank?
4. Damn it, what's that word?
Dildo?
No, it was
I don't know why I said that, but it's what came to my head.
it was gonna
Wait,
be
head? What?
Oh.
not again. Oh, it's 4 expendable maids out of 5.
Damn. Not
There
the
you go.
maids. Not the maids.
It's always the maids.
Dan, you're
Dan.
next.
I do not disagree with anyone, including Travis.
What?
I don't disagree, meaning I understand what you're saying. I can't argue with you. I think for me, what it comes down to, very simply, is I don't like movies. I don't really like gory
You don't
movies.
like
I don't
movies.
really
You don't
like
like movies.
slasher
We
movies.
know
I don't
that.
really like. I would never spend my good hard-earned money on the movies that we are actually doing our podcast on.
Except when we tell you to.
Wow.
Because I have to. So the ones that I really like are the ones that have humor, like real humor, not the humor that you're convincing me was humor when it wasn't. Like, this is actually funny.
You don't think it's funny when people get their throats slit?
Yeah. And so for me, and again, I wish I could remember why I actually went to this movie in the theater.
Somebody told you to.
But,
I'm sure.
exactly. But I just have so much fun. I've watched this movie 3 times, and every time I watch it, I just think it's so much fun. I think I mean, I forget how gory it is, which is a bit raw. And when I watch it, I go, whoa, I do squint, I do stop and go, whoa, that's a lot. Good.
Is it because you naturally don't like gore, so
Yeah, I
you just
don't
kind of
really
block
like-
it out?
I don't like this kind of
Extra violence, yeah.
But for some reason in this movie, because I think of all the humor and just sort of the way it's done, it works okay for me. So, I mean, I can't like argue, oh, well, you're wrong. This is way better than your next. I get it. I get what you guys are saying, or get what you're, I guess. But for me, this was just a really fun romp. I mean, honestly, it's just, I think the sense of humor, I think the way the story unfolds, I think the way that there's plot all the way to the end, that it doesn't just become, we're
a
just
slash for all.
We're just, yeah, exactly, slash for all. I think it's just really well done. And is it a guilty pleasure? I guess. I mean, is it a great movie? To quote Travis, is it a great movie? No, it's not. But
When did I ever
it's
say that?
super fun for me. So I'm going to give it, and I love her, by the way. I'm on board with her. Just tell me what movie she's in next, and I'll go see it. I mean, Babysitter.
Did you know she's
The
in?
remake of Resident Evil.
You know she's in Shopping Mall 2.
Not going to go.
She's in Shopping Mall 2.
Not going to happen.
Okay, Mr. Hypocrite.
But I'm going to give it 4.1
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
out of 5.
Ooh.
Dumbwaiter kills.
Ooh.
I
What
did
what
have the
did you give it?
crossbow. I
You
did
had
have the cross. I
Just
did.
the crossbow or
I-
the video?
I did have the crossbow.
But mine was the video. You can stick with the crossbow.
Oof.
Dumbwaiter kills are pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When those happen, they're quite
You
dangerous.
keep your stupid little crossbow video, Sam.
Okay.
That first scene where the first, I guess she's a maid, gets killed while she's in the bedroom,
Yeah.
and then
The gunshot?
right, and then her husband, they're hiding behind the bed,
Mm-hmm.
and the intensity of that, but while this crazy dialogue is going on, was so funny and
Oh,
yet
the
so
coin flip?
yes, and yet so intense.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I think the movie's really well done.
So these
Really
are now
well done.
Dan's afterthoughts.
That's
The
it.
PPS.
They were all my thoughts, baby.
Yeah.
And it was
PPs.
great to have this movie. I loved it and enjoyed it. What movie is next week?
Oh, next week we're going for a classic, Dan.
We're not going to pull one out?
You didn't do.
I didn't do the
Sam
thing.
Yeah.
told me in the
And then
car.
you told him.
Yeah, Sam told me in
No,
the
I just. Oh wait, yes, I did. That's
Yeah.
true.
Sam told me in the
Ruined our
car you
bit.
two were supposed to have
we
a whole
had
bit.
we had a bit
We had a
going,
bit.
Dan. So
a Bitcoin.
but we're watching The Craft,
We're gonna replace all the papers inside the bowl.
and we're gonna have you pick it out. You or Travis pick it out and be like, "Oh, The Craft!" Like, whoa, that's crazy. We wanted to watch this. We were gonna rig the
You're going to rig the skull?
yeah.
Rig the glass skull?
But then somebody told
I-
the other buddy. So there's no plan.
Well, I didn't tell him we were gonna replace the things.
but
I
we're
just
gonna
asked
have
him
them
about.
to-
Yeah.
so we're
Oh,
watching The
sorry.
Craft.
Yes,
The
we're
remake.
watching.
What is The Craft?
It's the
Is
Jerry
it like a-
It's the Jerry Seinfeld movie about
It's-
cheese.
I was going to
Exactly.
say, what's The Craft that we're working on?
I don't know.
It's yeah.
It's
The 1999.
I think it was 96.
I think it's earlier than that.
No. Okay, so
About witches.
all I will say is it came out around the same time as Scream. And there's
So
a
96.
specific reason why
But
that
better than
is
Scream.
brought up.
Wait, why did you want to watch it?
Hmm?
Just cause? Because
Just
you
felt-
were really like,
I don't know. It just popped in my head. I was like, oh,
Boop.
that'd be something that could be interesting to cover.
and you've heard of it, right?
I have not.
Oh,
That's
okay.
great. Don't read about it. Just watch it.
Yeah.
I'm already reading
So
about
I
it. Oh
can-
my god, I can't watch this movie.
It's got hookers.
And dildos.
Ew.
All right, now I know what the craft is.
That's the craft. Okay.
Okay, everybody. Bye.
Like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah.
Like us, love us, share us, comment on us. Please comment.
Do your thing,
Like,
cuz.
write something that we can read, so I know there's somebody out there listening.
Travis
Like,
needs
say,
to learn how to
Travis,
read.
stop talking. Dan,
Or say, Dan.
why don't you start
start
liking
talking.
these movies more?
Relax.
Frank,
Just do
Do
what you're doing.
stuff.
got nothing.
Ah.
Sam, make us all a sandwich.
What the fuck?
There we go.
Ooh.
That's all I have to say.
Sam leaves.
Just write something for us so we know there's someone out there listening. We love you guys. I'm Dan.
I'm Sam. That's Frank and that's Travis. We're
There
out.
you go. And this
Bye.
was Strangers in the Alps. No, it's not.
A snowy podcast.
And this was Strangers in the Alps, a movie podcast.
About
We are
movies.
out. Can we push record so I can repeat that?
No.
Stop pulling on it.
What does this button do?